Hello, beautiful soul friends. Thank you for being here for a mindful and another self nurturing journaling session. Today's journaling session uh, emphasizes the significance of emotions over materialism. It also emphasizes valuing love, kindness, empathy over tangible assets. Now, this perspective is extremely mindful and therapeutic, promoting emotional resilience and encourages a deeper understanding of your life experiences. It suggests that prioritizing emotional connections and inner growth is much more important. Also, um, the quote also advocates for a society that values heartfelt experiences and connections over material success, highlighting the importance of emotional, spiritual fulfillment, and of course, alignment. Um, I'm your host, Siddhika Schuyler with Quantum Healist at quantumhealist.com. There are these are mindful journaling These mindful journaling sessions are designed to detox and declutter your mind, heart, body, and soul. So you can experience more of a joyful, blissful, balanced, and aligned lifestyle. Your sessions will begin with explaining the significance of a quote, and then we lead into um, questions, the journaling questions that I have created for you to journal on and reflect on, and so that you can easily apply these lessons learned and reflections learned from your journaling sessions into your daily life experiences and become more aligned and evolved and more happier as a being. So before we begin, I would like to take a few sips out of my beautiful cup of tea, all casually. Yeah, I'm not showing it off at all. And I'm going to take a sip. This is my cup for today. Look how cute it is. It says, "Hello, gorgeous." It's by Yvonne Ellen. I am obsessed with teacups, candles, and kimonos. Look at my kimono. Look at this right here. It's so gorgeous. There's a kimono place in Northern California. I found them through online. It's called Kim Ono, Kim and then O-N-O, another word. I They're not my sponsor or anything. I usually just love to share my little treats that I get and I get excited about and that are healing for me. So the tea that I'm drinking is the same as the last one, which is calendula. I've been having like hard time because I do a lot of recordings and I'm getting used to recording and I'm not even sure half the time which way to look because my eyes wander around and anyhow, so calendula helps me stay calm and focused, and it helps me with the possible inflammation and stay beautiful with my skin and all of that. Yes. Mm. So let's talk about today's quote. So today's quote and focus it's by Helen Keller, and it's one of my favorites because it talks about emotions. I've studied a lot about emotional health, emotional mental health, and I have learned that the easiest way to mental, physical, social, emotion, all health, balance, alignment, and healing has been to balance my emotions, learn how to respond to things. And if I can't respond to things, and um, how to stay neutral in my emotions and how to be more accepting and more loving and compassionate towards myself. So I do want to say this is very important. Through quantum physics and many neuroscientific and psychological studies, it has been proven that when you heal your emotions, when you become more aware of the emotions and how you react and respond, then you become more aware of how you're using your words. You're more mindful about how you are speaking to yourself and to others. And eventually, just not eventually, consistently staying on that, very soon, rapidly, will you be thinking positively and doing positively things, and the universe will also gift you with more positive experiences. And that way you get into your subconscious mind, which is your third brain, where all the good and bad habits are. So once you learn how to choose your emotions as positively as you can, and be very accepting and aware of what emotions serve you and which ones don't, and how you have control over your emotions, you're able to actually make great strides and changes on your healing journey, in your relationships, and in all areas of your life. And so the universe works from the present tense, like our last session was all about why and how to apply the power of now into your life. Now, so moving on. Today's quote is my favorite, and it's by Helen Keller. So, the best and the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. So, doing things from good intentions. Now, the best and the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. And that is by Helen Keller. Before we start, why don't we take a few deep breaths, okay? I know I'm all over the place today, but I'm excited about this quote, so I just want to get to it. Let's do this. Okay, take a deep breath. And exhale slowly. Let's take another deep breath. And exhale slowly. Good job. Thank you. Now, let's set the intention for this beautiful session. I'm going to go ahead and do it my way and how I do it. You can pause and do your own, or you can listen to mine. To the divine universe, divine mother, divine father, divine beings of light, to all beings of love and gratitude and helping hands, to all divine beings of guidance and light. I thank you. Thank you so much for this moment, for this time, for this beautiful session, for this opportunity to use technology for good and to be able to express myself. And I am very excited and I'm very grateful for this session. May it be completely, deeply, and permanently healing, properly, completely, deeply, and permanently. In full faith. So be it, and so it is. Om. Amen. Amin. Thank you. Okay, now let's move on. So, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the significance of this quote, and then we're going to move on to the journaling questions. All right? Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and start right now. Now, the quote was, "The best and the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart," by Helen Keller. Now, the quote, "The best and the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched," all of that is about the profound truth about human experiences, often attributed to Helen Keller, a person who was both blind and deaf from a young age. The statement offers a perspective that transcends materialism and sensory limitations. The quote challenges us to look beyond the superficial aspects of life, things that we can see and touch, to deeper elements like love, kindness, compassion, and a sense of purpose that can be only felt with the heart. Now, mindfully, therapeutically, speaking, this perspective can be empowering, especially for those of you who are dealing with physical or emotional pain, loss, or disability. The message is that our lives are not solely defined by what we can physically interact with or see. Instead, the richness of our lives can come from our inner emotional world. For someone suffering from a debilitating condition or going through a difficult time, understanding that the essence of life goes beyond the tangible can bring a measure of comfort or even joy. It places value on the emotional intelligence, on forming deep connections with others, and on our capacity for empathy and love. That's all the aspects that are often more sustaining than physical or material comforts. Not to say that material possessions are negative, but for emotional, mental, physical, and social, for all of our true inner healings and alignment, material comforts bring very temporary fulfillment. And where if you have emotional healing, it actually, like I said before, I mentioned before, it aligns all aspects of your desires in your life and your goals and your dreams, where materialistic things only offer comforts, offer limited um, comfort. Okay, now, moreover, the quote encourages mindfulness and self-reflection, of course, in a world that is increasingly materialistic and visually overloaded through everything, social media, everywhere you look, where worth is often measured by the physical beauty or material possession. Taking the time to feel with the heart can be very healing. Therapists often employ mindfulness techniques that echo this sentiment, urging patients to tune into their emotions, practice empathy, and derive happiness from giving and non material sources. Emotional resilience and mental health and well being are often constructed from an ability to appreciate the intangible aspects of our life. On the level of life lessons, the quote instills the importance of cultivating our inner world. In practical terms, this could mean prioritizing relationships over possessions, valuing experiences over things, or investing in personal growth and emotional intelligence rather than a short-lived experience. And even for children and adults alike, the pursuit of things that must be felt with the heart not only becomes not just a philosophy, but a roadmap to a fulfilling life. This quote also has broad societal implications in a world where success is often measured by financial wealth or social status. Redirecting our collective focus towards what can be felt with the heart would make more for a more empathetic and compassionate society that's united. It's a call to action for individuals and communities to look inward and place value on what truly matters and what are the things that brings them together. In summary, the beauty of this quote lies in the universal implications and depth. It serves as a mindful tool, as a therapeutic tool, a life lesson, and a societal critique, reminding us that the most fulfilling aspects of our existence are not materialistic, but emotional and spiritual. By pushing us to feel with our hearts, this quote emphasizes the limitless capacity for human connection and inner peace, elements that enrich our lives in ways that material wealth or sensory experiences never could. I want to say this. I used to go to many of Tony Robbins's, Joe Dispenza's, and many other holistic and coaching meetings where thousands of people would show up. And I want to say this, that the wealthiest billionaires and millionaires that did show up, they were all there for emotional healing, for true connection. Most of them had everything materialistically in the world, but the lesson they kept repeating over and over and over again, why they were there in the first place in these meetings, in these very expensive, very long, exhausting meetings. It was not only because they wanted to make a difference, it's because they valued the emotional health over anything and everything else. So I just want to put that out there. And so I learned a huge lesson in valuing the beauty of the things that materialistic things bring. For example, I'm in love with architecture. I love fashion as well. I love how creative fashionistas are, and I love just watching catwalks, fashion shows, and all of that. I love traveling to look at the most beautiful architecture that are in the world. So I value materialistic things, but also I value them from a perspective of how beautiful human capacity and potential is and how limitless we are. So I appreciate the creativity that people put in the materialistic uh, world, creation and creativity. Just want to put that out there. Now, to continue, journaling can be a powerful tool for self-reflection and emotional exploration based on the content and the themes we discussed. In this quote, the best and the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. We are going to provide you with 7 therapeutic and essential journaling questions. Now, I'm going to list the questions for you. Again, want to say this really quick again. Everybody's healing language and pace and their healing journey is at a different pace, different period, and unique to their own. And so these journaling sessions are designed for you to take your time to truly dig deep and have fun with them. So life doesn't have to be so serious. So take your time, however long you need, a day or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 days, 10 years, however long it takes. It's just, it's very honorable that you do show up here for yourself and that you are taking those steps in order to make make a difference in the world around you, in your environment, within yourself, and bring an alignment and unity to the rest of the world. I want to thank you for being here, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the questions. Now, again, if you are not really good about writing things down and you get all anxious, remember that the questions are provided for you below. Okay? Thank you. Question number 1, we're going to go through this. What are the best and most beautiful things in your life that cannot be seen or touched in your life? This question helps you identify the intangible factors that bring you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. Consider elements like love, friendships, or a sense of achievement or spiritual connection. How do you define success in your life, and how much of it is focused on material or sensory accomplishments? Reflect on your personal metrics for success. Are they aligned with external validations, or do they come from an internal sense of satisfaction and well-being? If it's the former, think about how you can incorporate more of the later one. So number three. When was the last time you felt truly connected to someone or something? What made that experience meaningful? Reflecting on the moments of deep connection can help you understand what makes them special and how to foster more such experiences in your life. Number 4. Now, what practices or activities help you feel with the heart? This could be anything from mindfulness practices, spending quality time with your loved ones, engaging in a fulfilling hobby, or simply sitting quietly and reflecting. Identifying these aspects can help you incorporate more heart-centered activities into your daily life. Now, number 5, how do you cultivate emotional intelligence and empathy in your interactions with others? Being emotionally aware not only enriches your own life, but also enhances your relationships with others. Consider ways you could consciously or unconsciously cultivate these qualities. Number 6, Are there aspects of your life where you prioritize material possessions or external validations over emotional or spiritual fulfillment? How can you bring more balance? This question urges you to examine the areas where you might be neglecting your emotional well being for materialistic gains or social acceptance, offering an opportunity for you to recalibrate that a little bit. Now, last question: what would a more empathetic and compassionate society look like to you? And what steps can you take to contribute to it? Given the quote encourages a societal shift toward valuing intangibles, reflecting on your role within the society can empower you to make meaningful changes. Um, Again, I want to say this: most of us feel that um, if we work from the heart and then nothing will ever happen, but the universe and the human body and the spirit and its all of its energies in and around us of the entire universe is designed to work from your emotions. And I think I mentioned that earlier. um, so why don't you why when we work not why don't you when we work and give back from a place, from good intentions, from the heart, always having the pure good intentions and with intention, living with intention, we create the possibility of creating a reality that will bring unity, community, that will bring unity and in your community and in your environment and within yourself, all the peace within and without. It will naturally manifest itself. Why? Because the universe is designed to do that. There are universal laws for it. Now, thanks to physics and science, neuroscience, and every technological advances can be used for our benefit. And they have been. There are so many of them. There are thousands of them. And it has been proven that if you don't align your emotions, your mental state, emotional, mental, physical, everything, social, relationships, spiritual, none of it will align. So, yes, it is. It is important. So, how can you make meaningful changes in your community that will actually magnify the power of your energies within you to expand and receive more, receive faster, receive more, become more abundant and more happier and joyful? Isn't that what we're here for? Joyful experiences equals happiness. So, these journaling questions are designed to encourage deep introspection, allowing you to explore the value of intangible experiences and emotions that must be felt with the heart. Through regular reflections, you may find greater clarity, emotional resilience, and a more fulfilling life direction, more clarity on your goals. Thank you so much for being here. I'm your host, Sidika Schuyler, with Quantum Helist at quantumhelist.com. I hope you found this session very helpful. Thank you again for being here, and always remember that you, my friend, with my beautiful cup, are your own only limit. Take care. Love you guys. See you next time.